What happens when you accuse a narcissist of lying? Lying is like breathing for our kind. Lesser and mid-range narcissists tell lies and believe them. They are their truth from the narcissistic perspective. They do not, in the instant, recognize that they are lying, and therefore they cannot be afforded guilt, remorse, or conscience, since they don't see that they're doing something which is seen as wrong by you. Such is their joyous position of ignorance. The greater narcissists and the ultra tell lies also. Some are believed. This is the true believer status of those particular narcissists, which operate in the rarefied atmosphere of control, power, and privilege, and therefore are responsible for many of the glories and ills of the world that you inhabit. Those are the narcissists that have true believer status, that issue dogma, prejudice, a particular rigid application of a totalitarian way of existing. However, much of the lies that are told by the greater and the ultra are conscious lies, and are told because of our innate Machiavellian nature, where the end always justifies the means. We know we are telling lies, we do it magnificently, and we do not care. We recognize that there is nothing to be lost by knowingly lying and everything to gain from doing so. Unhindered by guilt, conscience, or remorse, we will knowingly tell lies to serve our needs, which will include the sheer entertainment of knowing that we are lying and the impact it has on our victims. It is the greaters and the ultra who will tell lies and are laughing at you on the inside, but most narcissists do not do this. Of course, narcissists are also capable of telling the truth, where it accords with your truth for the purposes of asserting control. You should also be aware that that concept of the truth is fluid, that the narcissist may say something which you know to be true, and the only reason the narcissist is saying it is because it accords with the achievement of the prime aims. They can retract from that truth in the next breath. What about when you have caught the narcissist in a lie? Many of you will have witnessed this. A lot of the time, the greater and the ultra will not be caught in a lie because the sheer force of the lies, the level of intellect, and the extent of the scheming means that either the lie is undetectable as a lie, even though it has been told, or it cannot be attributable to us. There is always an exit, whether that is through charm, massive plausible deniability, or the operation of some other manipulation. Occasionally, the greater may be exposed in a lie, but will invariably slip away from it and not be caught by it. But what about the majority of narcissists, which are lesser or mid-range? You will have caught them in their lies on many occasions. What happens when you accuse them of lying? And what is their reaction? Does this demonstrate that they know that they are caught lying? No, it does not. If you accuse a lesser or mid-range narcissist of lying, or you are perhaps less candid, so that you subtly present a contradictory state of affairs between what the narcissist has said and some other evidence, what will you be met with? This amounts to a challenge to the narcissist, one of the three interactions with the narcissist, and you are presenting challenge fuel. You will not be wounding the narcissist. If you wish to understand more about the difference, please obtain the three interactions with the narcissist, which you will find in the Knowledge Vault. Your challenge to the narcissist by suggesting either forcefully or with subtlety that he or she has lied is stating that the narcissist is wrong. And therefore, not only are you offending the narcissist's innate sense of superiority, but you're also seeking to pin accountability on the narcissist. This threatens our sense of control, and you are not allowed to do this. These challenges to the narcissist's sense of superiority, the sense of entitlement to do what the narcissist wants and needs to do, and also to the lack of accountability, all come together to threaten the control. In that instance, you will be met with the first line of the narcissist's twin lines of defense, which is denial. You'll be told that you are wrong, that this never happened, that you are incorrect, that you are making scandalous accusations, that your memory is haphazard, or that you are making things up. All of these things and similar phrases amount to a denial. This denial will be maintained again and again and again. The narcissist does this not because they know they have been caught out and they are just bold in their lie by maintaining the denial. It is actually done because the narcissist believes that they have not done anything wrong. The narcissism, in the instance that the lie is directed, the finding out of the lie is directed at the narcissism jumps in between, being the self-defense mechanism that it is, and immediately rewrites history, revises history, so that the lesser or mid-range narcissist believes that what you're saying is wrong and what they are saying is correct. It is predicated on a complete belief that they are right and you are wrong, because in the mind of the narcissism has rewritten that history so that in that moment, the narcissist's maintenance of the lie is fact in his world. It is important to understand that the narcissist is looking at this through a different perspective to you, and that his memory has been altered so that he honestly believes that what he is saying is accurate, and that you are the liar, that you are the protagonist, that you are the troublemaker for suggesting the narcissist has lied when he actually hasn't. So when the denial is made, the narcissist completely believes that this lie is not a lie, and that the denial is appropriate because he is right and you are wrong. The denial will be maintained until either you give up, thereby giving the narcissist control and your challenge and threat to control has ended, or you then present something, usually independent corroborative evidence, such as a text, a picture, a video recording, or somebody else's testimony. And if you do the latter, you break through the first line of the twin lines of the narcissistic defense, and you expose the lie with this evidence. Of course, the narcissist must maintain control, and therefore has to fall back to the second line of the narcissistic twin lines of defense, which is in effect any other manipulation as a consequence of the need to distract and deflect. If you break through the first line and present evidence showing a disconnect between what the narcissist says has happened and something else, is it not the case that the narcissist has seen that he has lied, that he will recognize that he has told a lie? Is he not fixed with realization that he has lied? No. The reaction that you then receive is not of realization that a lie has been exposed, but instead is the reaction to the threat to control, which you, understandably because of your worldview, but mistakenly, see as a realization of being caught lying. It is not. It is a realization that something isn't right. The unconscious threat to control manifests in a conscious response through the application of the second line of the twin lines of defense. Thus, this is why the lesser or mid-range narcissist does not know that he or she is lying and does not see that the lie has been exposed. They merely sense a threat to their control, and you become the problem, which results in the application of a further manipulation through the application of the second line. This is why the denial goes on and on and on, and then the narcissist shifts to another manipulation. You fall into the trap of thinking, aha, he knows he's lying, and that's why he shifted tack. No. And it is important for you to understand and accept that this is what is going on, because it will aid your understanding, increase your application of logic, and reduce your emotional thinking, so that you stop trying to prove to the narcissist that he or she is caught in a lie. Because if you keep trying to do that, all you're doing is giving us fuel, which we want. You are threatening our control, which we will have to assert in some way through the assertions of control, and we will succeed. We will not accept that you are right. You will suffer an adverse consequence. You might be physically attacked. You will get more and more angry, upset, and you will increase your emotional thinking. Therefore, if you keep persisting in trying to get us to see that we are wrong, you are on a hiding to nothing. You are on a fool's errand. I do not tell you this to make you think that I am making excuses for the lesser or mid-range narcissists. Not at all. I think they're odious creatures, the less evolved of my kind, and quite basically little shits. But what I'm doing is I'm explaining this to you so you understand the way that their narcissistic self-defense is working, so that when you accuse the narcissist of lying and get nowhere, don't think that the narcissist is laughing behind his hand at you when lesser or mid-range. He or she is not. Do not think that the narcissist suddenly shifting to an alternative form of manipulation is a recognition by him that he has been caught in the lie. It is not. He just senses that there is something wrong with the control, and therefore his narcissism moves him to a different way of asserting control and trying to deal with the threat to his control. First of all with denial, and then if you break through that denial, through distract and deflect. Thus, this is why the lesser or mid-range narcissist doesn't know that he or she is lying, and they don't see that the lie has been exposed. Dependent on the school of narcissist, the response may be plausible, or it might even be completely ridiculous, but it will be used because the narcissist is completely blind to the lie. All that matters in that instance is asserting control over you and quashing your challenge by any means. You may receive some ridiculous comment which lacks credibility, but it will be accompanied by a manipulation such as physical violence, smashing the phone on which your evidence is presented, a circular conversation, a bout of projection, a massive word salad, or any other form of manipulation from the men at our disposal, but it will always come because we have to get that control. Think of it this way. It's akin to those films where someone is home alone and the madman or the monster bursts into the house. The victim falls backwards, frantically scrambling away and reaching for anything, absolutely anything, to use against the advancing threat to counter it. Sometimes the victim will reach for a gun and shoots, countering the aggressor effectively. Thus, that's the narcissist that comes up with a plausible response to being caught in a lie. Sometimes the victim throws a knife, a candlestick, or a rubber chicken. All have varying levels of effectiveness, preventing that madman or monster from attacking the victim, just like the plausibility of the lie. Often you will see straight through it, but it is the accompanying manipulation which then enables the narcissist to scramble free of being caught in the lie and thus having the continuance of the threat to his control maintained. You know the lie has been told, but that is not the issue. It is the threat to the narcissist's control that it represents, and it is that control which the lesser or mid-range narcissist is seeking to get. Even if the lie remains live and on the record, if control has been attained by punching you, flouncing off, shouting at you, or embarking on a 30-minute word salad monologue, then that's all that matters. So, understand that when you know that the narcissist is lying, the lesser or mid-range narcissist does not. You are threatening the narcissist's control. Therefore, the narcissist must respond, and the first thing will be by reason of denial. If you present evidence which breaks through that denial, it is not the case that the narcissist knows that they are lying. They just unconsciously recognize that their control over the situation has been affected, and their narcissism causes them to shift to the alternative line of the twin lines of the narcissistic defense to enable them to continue to assert control. And they will continue to do that until either you give up or they are forced to withdraw through the third assertion of control. But now, let me hear from you. When have you caught the narcissist in a blatant lie? Share in the comment section those absolute corkers and belters that would have Pinocchio embarrassed. Explain the circumstances. What was the lie? And what was the response when you told the narcissist about it? What occurred? Understand that sharing such information is useful for other readers to understand the basis by which the lies are being told and the responses that are exposed. Also understand that in certain instances, a narcissist might actually admit to lying. This is not a genuine admission. It is merely another manipulation. It is in effect a false contrition. If the narcissist says, "I'm sorry I lied to you," he isn't, she isn't. All that's being done is the narcissism selects that manipulation, and you are conned because of your empathic trait of honesty to think, oh, he admits that he's lying. Remember, because of compartmentalization, that admission of the lie can melt into the ether by the next sentence. And moreover, because you are dealing with a narcissist, that admission is not genuine. It is not predicated on any sense of accountability, because we have none, and it is not predicated on an emotional empathy, because we have none. Any apparent admission of lying is merely another form of manipulation, and there is no genuine basis for the admission. Indeed, if the narcissist was genuine about it, why does it keep happening over and over again? And this is what happens when you accuse the narcissist of lying. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.